Lakers are varsity in LA, and we'll continue to be the team of Los Angeles. The Clippers got to get their weight up.
Okay, so the shots have been fired. I hope that drives the rivalry. Please enjoy the game. You've got Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy, and Mark Jackson on the call.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Maria. The Clippers are the home team. And inside, Paul George doing his Jalen Suggs impression. And yes, the same result. Gonzaga wins. The shot heard around the basketball world still has everyone buzzing after Gonzaga held off UCLA in that all-time classic last night. Meanwhile, the Lakers and Clippers hoping to create some buzz come playoff time. And the NBA playoffs are getting closer and closer, about a month and a half left before the end of the regular season. And good afternoon, everyone. Happy Easter, along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Mike Breen on hand. Rachel Nichols with us as well. Both the Lakers and the Clippers are true championship contenders, but both have legitimate and real health concerns. Mark, let's start with the Lakers. LeBron James and Anthony Davis still out, neither one on the verge of returning. Andre Drummond, their newest all-star, also out today. And what the Lakers have tried to do with such a void of stardom not being in the lineup is to somehow do it by committee. It's hard to do over an extended period of time, but recently they've done a really good job.
They really have, and specifically three guys they've asked to be more aggressive on the offensive end in the absence of James and Davis, and that's Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, and Kyle Kuzma. Be more aggressive. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. Be a playmaker on the floor. All three guys elevating their play on the offensive end with assists and, just as important, rebounding the basketball.
And they won 3 of their last 4 games, still remain 4th in the West. The Clippers are 3rd in the West. They're banged up as well, Jeff, although Kawhi Leonard, their star, he's healthy right now, and he's having just a tremendous season. But Paul George, their other all-star, he's not right. He's got a toe injury that gave him some problems in February. It hasn't gone away. He says it still bothers them. For them to have a championship in this season coming up, he has to be close to 100%.
Yeah, coming off that disappointing playoff loss to Denver last summer, Paul George and the Clippers got off to a great start, 16-4. But since that injury has lingered, he has struggled, and so too have the Clippers, only 10-7 over the last 17 games. Thankfully, as you mentioned, they have Kawhi Leonard, who's having another stellar, consistent season, putting up huge numbers and leading the way.
Meanwhile, they also now have Rajon Rondo. They acquired Rondo from Atlanta in a trade, and he will make his debut this afternoon. Of course, Rondo last year winning a championship with the Lakers. With more on that, let's check in with Rachel Nichols. Hey, Rachel.
Thanks so much, Mike. You know, the night Rajon Rondo was traded here, there was actually a really nice moment. One of the youngsters on this Clippers team, Terrence Mann, pulled Rondo's rookie card out of his wallet and revealed he has been carrying it around with him since middle school. I asked Rondo what it was like to have one of his new teammates idolize him like that. He said his daughter put it all in perspective, texting him, "You know, Dad, all this means is you're really old now." Indeed, the Clippers are Rondo's 8th team. Of course, last year he won his 2nd title with the Lakers, which is going to give today just a little more spice. Now, Rondo will be on a minutes restriction, both in terms of total minutes played and how many minutes he can play in any given stretch. But Clippers fans are hoping that Coach Ty Lue will save at least some of those minutes for the end of the game. The Clippers ranked 2nd to last in the NBA in clutch time this season, and that's one of the main things that Rondo has been brought in to organize the offense, to help Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. As Rondo put it to me, my job is to help future Hall of Famers be better. Of course, as Mike mentioned, no LeBron here today, so that means the Clippers and the rest of the West, well, they're going to be trying to be moving up in the standings. We will have Clippers-Lakers next for you right here on ABC. Stay tuned.
NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
When you hear Los Angeles, you think stars. Hollywood, you think Lakers. But there's a few guys ready to change that.
as a pair and as a duo, it has to start with us.
The Clippers are ready to stake their claim.
Kawhi Leonard with authority
against a rival without its leading cast.
It's not about holding on. It's not about, oh, it's the end of the world. We know what type of players we are. We know what we have in our locker room.
They are coming for the throne.
It's one thing to have two teams in the same town. It's another to have them in the same building.
Set to duel it out on the grand stage that is Staples Center.
I think it's still going to come down to the Clippers and the Lakers for the West.
Who will claim LA today? A contender looking to start a legacy?
Oh, Kawhi Leonard, book it!
Or the purple and gold, showing the supporting cast deserves a little love too.
Montrezl Harrell, and that is the exclamation point.
It's Lakers, Clippers. Now.
And here they go again, the Lakers and the Clippers, as we welcome you to our NBA Sunday Showcase right here on ABC. And it's presented by Reese's. The home stretch of the regular season. These two teams right behind each other in the Western Conference standings. Second meeting of the season between the two. And one of the Clippers, Terrence Mann, wearing a microphone for us here this afternoon.
Okay. Watch the ball. Run it.
Happy Easter, everybody. God bless.
God bless everybody.
Thank you, Marcus Morris, as well. Happy Easter, everyone, as we look at our starting lineups delivered by Taco Bell. And for the Lakers, no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis, and Andre Drummond also out with his toe injury. So Marc Gasol once again back in the starting lineup with Caldwell Pope, Kuzma, Dennis Schroeder, and Markieff Morris. Versus the twin of Marcus, who was part of the starting five for the LA Clippers. Reggie Jackson starting at point. No Patrick Beverley, Serge Ibaka. They're still out for the Clippers with George Leonard, Ivica Zubac, and the other Morris twin. And hello once again, everyone, with Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, and Rachel Nichols. Mike Green with you this afternoon. Glad you can join us. Everybody around basketball talking about that unbelievable game last night and the national semifinals with Gonzaga beating UCLA. Two great teams. Obviously missing some star power in this one. The Clippers and the Lakers